Hey guys, it's Mike, Narcoleptic Customs up here in the Northwest Arkansas shop. Want to introduce you to Project Elsie, 90 model Land Cruiser FJ62 is the body style of these. The plan for this one is pretty simple. Goal is to take a super nice Land Cruiser and turn it into a daily driver for a new customer. Basically, he has driven one of these for about 6 years as a daily driver, and the inline six in them is a great motor. It just doesn't have the power and the parts availability of a late model LS engine. So that's our goal. I'll get some pictures posted up of the 02 Tahoe we're going to pull apart. So two-wheel drive Tahoe, going to pull engine, trans, computer, put it into this one, so he'll have an easy daily driver that gets good, probably gets better mileage than what it had, or that it was getting. And then parts availability will be super easy. So we're going through some of the parts finding now. As of right now, the only transfer case adapter we found is from Advanced, and it's about $1,400 before shipping. So if anybody has any good options on that end, let us know. We'll be using a 5.3 going 4L60E into the transfer case. So let us know what the options are on that if you have something that's obviously a lot less money. The factory transfer case will not work. The rear end is offset so far to accommodate the factory transfer case. So we can't use a factory transfer case from a Chevrolet because of the angle it would put on the rear drive axle, or on the rear drive shaft. So anyways, Project Elsie, episode 1 gets started tonight. I'm going to get everything lined up and moved around and see kind of where we need to go from here without necessarily tearing it all apart. So follow along, hit that subscribe button. You can find us on Facebook under Narcoleptic Customs, and you can find us on Instagram at Narcoleptic. All right, so first big step, I'm about to lower the fuel tank on this one, and that way I can get the pumps changed out to obviously a higher flowing pump. So you see I've got my impact cheating just a little bit to get this thing broke loose. Get those out of the way. I always try and put the bolts back in the same holes. That way I can worry about keeping up with less in the parts bucket. Now let's get the fuel hose out of the way. Or the fill hose, I guess. And then we'll come back and I'll drop the tank. Well, I mean, just be glad there's not smell-o-vision yet, because whew, the fuel in this tank has been in here a long time. Let's see if we can do this without dumping a whole bunch of it. I just need to get it down a little bit so I can get to the hat on top. Well, up on something. Hung up on the bushings for the rear sway bar. Okay, so I actually ended up having to take off one of the sway bar mounts on the driver's side to get the fuel tank out. So I've got the jack under here. The fuel obviously is open right now, and this fuel has been in here for a very long time. It stinks very, very badly. So I'm going to try and cap this off so I don't lose it, or so I don't spill it everywhere. Not lose it. Don't spill it everywhere. because I don't want the shop to stink for a month. So, whew. Hopefully that will help. So, you know, it's funny, as you fight and fight and fight with stuff, because you're trying to not do some certain, trying to shortcut it basically, you end up spending more time. God dang. Here's what I don't understand. There are like literally 6 fuel lines that run out of this tank into the body and then back into the tank. Toyota must have been on some kind of experimental fuel system, but we obviously don't need all these. That should get us. So let's have some success. Let's get this gas tank down. Shoo! Perfect. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull the fuel cap off, or fuel hat, I don't know what you call it. Get that pulled off, see what everything looks like in here. I will say the bottom of the tank looks really good, or the top of the tank looks really good, but this gas in here, whew, stinks very, very bad. So I'm hoping this is just a simple fuel filter pump plug in. Yeah, it is. So this should be pretty easy to swap out with a little higher flowing one for the LS setup. Yeah, it looks just like any other electric fuel pump. So it should be pretty easy. We're gonna get together and figure out which one we should put in here. But I'm thinking just a simple Walbro would be the easiest, best bet. That way, again, reliability and parts availability is the goal for this one, to make it as easy as possible to drive for a long time. So I'm gonna get these screws back in. I think that probably does it for episode 1.